All right. I got my little Stranger Things music on. Why? Because Kaylee comes home from Costa Rica tomorrow. You are listening to Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting with Jen and Chris Fenton. But I'm saying Jen Fenton first because, quite frankly, that's really most of what people want to hear about.
I don't think that's true.
It is true. It is true. I'm willing to admit it. Please follow, download, engage, enjoy. We are in 73 nations around the world, including Ukraine. We're picking up a few more downloads out of Ukraine too. So hopefully that means the bomb shelters have plenty of cell service
and entertainment from us.
But anyway, we are excited. It is World Cup night here. The United States is playing its final game in the first round of this extravaganza that has overtaken the city of Los Angeles, along with like warehouse fires. And as I found out, they they didn't find the guy guilty that lit the one fire or whatever today, I guess, is
the Palisades fire?
Yeah, jury is deadlocked.
How are they deadlocked?
Well, because
what are the facts? Is it too attenuated? Oh, that actually sounds quite good. Is it too attenuated to actually make a correlation between his January 1 lighting of a match to the fires? What's the deal? Do you know I haven't read it. I've been at work all day, so I don't know.
Well, it's interesting. The thing just popped up. So, and what we try to do here at Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting is be timeless and not timely, because we want people to go back and listen to some of their favorite hits someday and just go, oh, this is still relevant to me. But since we are talking about a timely concept here, the fires, which is sort of interesting because we've had this warehouse fire that's been burning for a long time. And
so wait, how is that? So now you're making it timely, not timeless. You're talking about a news
I'm making
article.
it timely because you asked the question.
So you're contradicting yourself.
I am. I'm totally contradicting myself, but don't I do that all the time?
Well, I'm confused. Are we doing timeless or timely?
We're going to talk about timely right now on a timeless episode. But yes, so it came out tonight that the jury is deadlocked. Okay. It's also happening when there's a warehouse fire, and reminding everybody that we don't have our S together here in this city.
Is it because of Karen Basura?
It is. I think it is.
I say that because of Spencer Pratt.
Karen Basura is. It's just. It is really funny. The Basura. Anyway, so they have the jury's deadlocked, and I think one of the problems with this whole thing is that this guy, I think, is probably guilty of lighting the fire on New Year's Eve, right? But
right. That's what I thought I read.
Yeah, but although they still. Apparently it's just very circumstantial. He was up there at the right time. He might have been smoking a cigarette or not. Hard to tell whether he was exactly at the place where it started. It's a lot of what I was reading was circumstantial about all that. But here's the problem is that fire that he lit had technically wasn't the fire. He didn't light the fire that burned down the Palisades. He lit a fire that the fire department never put out because they were ordered to leave the premises before they fully put out the fire. So the defense attorneys are saying
it's the fire department's fault.
Yeah, get him guilty for the first fire, but you guys should have put the darn thing out, and he's not responsible for the second fire that happened a week later. And you could argue, even though that sounds so weird, and he is an arsonist and he committed arson, maybe he isn't technically guilty of the second fire. I don't know.
But okay, here's a question. If you're driving a car, right, and you stop short, right, because the person in front of you stopped short, but the person behind you is tailing you, going too quickly, which I often do. Thankfully, my car has those automatic brake sensors. And the car behind you hits you, and then you ricochet into the car in front of you. You still crashed into the car in front of you. So isn't it your insurance that covers the car accident, not the guy that hit you? Because the guy that hit you would be responsible for your car, but not the car in front of you.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, that's, not that I'm a legal expert, but for sure the person that runs into somebody in front of them is typically the one that's at fault. And then you could argue maybe if the guy was just was not moving and the car caused him to move faster, not by his own engine, but by the engine of the other car,
like physics,
then it was literally the car that hit him in the back that's at fault, not the car that drove into him. But maybe,
I would love somebody to chime in and to give us some information. Maybe they could DM you.
we don't have any callers and we're not live right now.
I know, but maybe people can DM you. They're not going to DM me because I'm private.
Well, we could call.
We could call a friend.
No, somebody just watched my Laura Trump interview today.
Was that a humble brag?
No, well, for half the people that listen to this, that probably was not a brag, and for the other half, they maybe thought it was a brag, but it just aired.
Was it good?
From what I watched, I was like very impressed. I actually did a pretty decent job. I was
less ums.
No. I actually have been getting better at the ums.
No,
and the
you have. And I think
bit.
when you go through this period, sometimes when you don't do media for a while, I think the ums and the likes and maybe the pauses are more frequent than you would hope. But once you get into your groove and you're doing it regularly, which you have been doing lately, I think you're very well versed and very articulate.
Well, I also I'm a ridiculous reviewer of my stuff and try to really critique the heck out of it so that I don't make the same mistakes.
Do you do that with the podcast too?
I have done. I mean, the podcasts are long. A full podcast, I typically don't review that much. I really review the 4 to 5 minute television hits because those are so quick and you got to get out so much and you really need to think quickly. And one of the tricks, and I'll give this to our listeners, if you do media hits also, I listen and forget about whether you like them or not. Okay. Just don't think about that, but think about why I do it. I listen to Ben Shapiro
who speaks so quickly.
Yes, at 1.25. Okay, so he already speaks at like 1.25 to 1.5, and then I crank it up a little more, and I listen to him for 10 minutes, and I get that cadence in my head before I go on television.
Oh, really? I didn't know you did that.
So that I can hit. Like
do you have notes?
Do I have notes?
Like, do you have written notes or any notes on your computer, or is it really just?
No, I know what I want to talk about in my head, but the problem is that they don't pre-interview you. I mean, well, some shows will pre-interview you, so you have an idea of what they want to ask, but for most shows, you really don't know what they're going to ask. So if I have a particular thing I want to pitch, like I try to bring it all back to this Made in America film, Bad Counselors, right? But say Laura Trump wanted to talk about China and our problems with China. So it was a little difficult to go directly to Bad Counselors or directly to sort of the production in the U.S. kind of thing. Because even China, we didn't do a lot of production in China, but we did a lot of catering to the narrative and the content to get the films into China. So it's slightly different.
Does that throw you?
No, it doesn't throw me because I'm very used to now the fact that no one asks the questions that I really want them to ask to make it really easy to pitch when I'm trying to pitch. So you just have to think about
wing it.
You have to wing it. Now, I will tell you, this is another thing that if you watch media hits, and I've just been doing this a long time. I'm not saying like I'm the Michael Jordan of this. It's just you do get better as you do it a lot. But there are people, you could watch CNBC, you'll see a 5-minute hit with somebody where they're asking them questions and they're obviously on there to talk about something specific and they will full blown just
ignore the question and
hear the question. They will go straight into what they're pitching and you'll see the host go, oh, gosh, not another one of these people. And it's sort of funny. Now politicians do that mainly because they don't want to answer the question. But
no, I think there's an art form to the slide.
There is, but you typically are looking for it from a politician, so you just know it's coming. Whereas like an expert or somebody that's supposed to be, being on there to answer questions that are tough from the journalists so we can be educated, like you're not as on guard. But if you're looking for, are they actually answering the question? No, I don't think they did. Anyway, so I digress. But what's crazy is that this guy might get off, and it's just going to be another mark on this whole situation in terms of LA leadership just not getting the job done.
Well, I would imagine people
things.
whose homes burned down, neighborhoods perished. This news is probably going to be heartbreak because you almost want finality to it, right? Like I know we don't want to accuse an innocent man. I know we don't want to put an innocent man in jail, but I think people want some sort of retribution. People want, I don't know, they want this to be wrapped up finally. It's just been such a long process. I mean, look at the insurance, look at rebuilding. It's all so slow that this would have been a nice finality, and yet it's extended.
Well, the part that to me I thought was really telling, and I have no legal degree, and I'm sort of an idiot trying to look like I have something interesting to say about this.
I do have a legal degree.
You do have a legal degree, so that's why I'm going to bring it up. What they were trying to convict him of in this courtroom was sort of telling, because they didn't go after manslaughter charges, right? There were 12 people that died in a fire. If they really thought he was responsible for this particular fire that killed the 12 people, not the fire before, but the fire that they were trying to nail him on, wouldn't they have actually gone after manslaughter charges too? Because if they find him guilty of being at the arsonist who started this fire, then he would also be guilty of the people that died in the fire itself.
Maybe that was, again, too attenuated. They could go straight for the destruction of property. They could go to arson. They could go to, negligence. Those were easier claims to prove. Maybe the manslaughter, again, because it was, again, I keep using the word attenuated, but the January 1st fire wasn't exactly the reason that the Palisades fire happened, right?
Right.
It
that
wasn't
was my point.
Right. It wasn't just the domino. So that was probably a challenge, and they realized that. So they went after charges that they thought would be easier to prove in court. It's kind of like the Diddy case. I don't know why prosecution, I guess some of the charges in the Diddy case seemed strange. They seemed a little out there. I thought that maybe the prosecution would have gone for some other things. I mean, like the sex trafficking. I don't really know. Was it really
like
sex trafficking?
Owning 25% of the global market of baby oil?
Well, I mean, hey, that's a monopoly, and he can do that. But I think that there were other things. There was, sexual abuse. There was, I think, some rape in there. There was some drug use and things like that.
There was Justin Bieber.
I don't. Maybe there was child abuse. I don't know, but it feels like there were probably some other charges that they could have gone after that they didn't. Instead, they went after sex trafficking. So I don't know, but I haven't read the facts. So this is really me just like spitballing.
Oh, so we're just spitballing for our audience. They're looking to us for like
educated it might just
opinions.
be 3 people. So who knows?
I will say though that the idea of, okay, it's a little sketch that he was involved with the second fire that burned everybody down, burned people, all these houses down and killed these people. It's a little sketch that we can find him guilty of that. So instead of going after manslaughter, which is really severe, and we'd have to tie it all to that original fire and that it's all like linked together, let's go after something that's less severe. Yet those less severe things still ride on the fact that it has to be him that is responsible for the second fire.
The catalyst of the fire.
Which is almost like you either go for it or not, because it's still the same tie-in, right? I would think. But anyway, let's...
what song just popped in my head?
After the fire,
no.
The fire still burns.
No.
What?
Billy Joel. We didn't start the fire.
Leonard Bernstein.
Okay, anyways.
All right, so why don't we talk about something that we actually can talk about educatedly rather than just speculating.
Okay.
Although speculating is fun nowadays. Like, you got to admit, it seems like everybody speculates now.
I feel like everybody speculates right now. Okay. What I want to talk about, something happened to us yesterday, and I hope the person isn't listening that this happened to.
If he is listening, maybe it's a lesson to him, but then it makes me feel a little bad about it. But like, it'll just mean the next time I see him, he'll actually say his name.
Okay, so we were walking the dog like we do, and we were walking along the Strand, and we walked into town last night. And as we were walking, we heard somebody yell Fenton. So of course we turned around, and a very nice person came up to us and started talking. Oh, hey, how you doing? So great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. How are the kids? And now, I have no idea who the person is, but I'm kind of acting, oh my God, so great to see you again.
No, the first thing I did.
Oh, the first thing you did was say, this is my wife, Jennifer.
Well, he's like, oh, do you not recognize me? And I go, no, you got your helmet on. Like it's hard hard to recognize you. And I thought he would use that as the opportunity to say, yeah, no, it's been a while. Yeah, Chris, whatever his name is, right?
But that didn't happen. Know.
And then I go, oh, this is my wife, Jen. And you come over.
And I stuck up my hand.
How
like,
are
hi,
you?
I'm Jen. Nice to see you.
He didn't say his name.
No.
And then
we talked for a little bit.
Well, then I was like, oh, hey, how are the kids? Not knowing if he had kids or not, just hoping he would throw out a couple of things. Oh, you still living, in the area? He's like, yeah, El Segundo. I was like,
you're racking your brain.
And then I'm like going, oh, wait, I know five people in El Segundo. Like, who are they? Like, and then, still big in soccer or whatever, thinking maybe he's club soccer of some sort or something. And he's like, yeah, we're going to watch some soccer. And I was like, oh, World Cup. Wait, that didn't
help.
Like literally I threw out every trick
bone
in the book to try to get my brain either to trigger who this was or to at least have him say something like his kid's name where I would be like, oh, okay, now I know who it is.
Oh, I'm going to meet Dylan at, Sharky's, something like that.
Not a single hint. So 5 straight minutes of talking to this guy. And
well, then I look at you as we're walking away and we're out of his hearing. And I was like, who was that? And you look at me and you're like, I don't know.
I felt so bad because normally I'm really good at getting all the tricks out where eventually it either triggers my brain. Yeah. Or he says the name, cause I'm notorious and people sometimes call me out on it, but if I don't totally recognize somebody or I recognize somebody, but I'm not sure they're going to remember my name. I'm immediately like, hey man, John, good to see you. It's been so long. Chris Fenton. And usually John will be like, dude, I know who you are. Why would you say that? I was like, it's been 10 years. I just figured you wouldn't know me. Remember, because I'm bad at that too. And he's like, no, I know who you are. I'm like, and then you'll catch up after that awkwardness. But it's way better than walking up to somebody and then just wondering, do they know who you are or not?
Did we miss anything? Was there anything that we left on the table that we should have done to figure out who this nice human was?
I don't know. I'm still
amazed
that I can't remember who it is.
I have a question
now.
Maybe it's, hey, when was the last time we saw each other? Maybe that, because he said it's been a while. So maybe we should have asked a follow-up question.
He was like Fenton, out of nowhere. I was like, okay, this dude really knows me.
Maybe he's seen you on TV.
He almost ran over me on his electric bike too, and he had the helmet on and everything. Oh man,
Safety
it was
first.
Just. Oh, it wasn't. Yeah.
I feel like it was a fail from us. I mean, we were
he
very
actually
friendly.
had the helmet on that they give the people on below deck when they don't do a great job on.
We are watching that season, yes, with Captain Jason, and when one of the crew members does an job during the charter, they get a mirrored bike helmet that they have to wear out when the crew goes to party at night after a short charter.
I just gotta say, I'm like so intrigued by Chef Ben.
I know you are.
I don't know what to do about it.
So do you remember we actually saw Chef Ben? And this is okay. So it's so funny. My sister got married at the Bel Air Hotel, And literally during the ceremony, Chef Ben walked like past the courtyard and into the bar. And you and I both noticed him. But of course, we were standing beside our brother-in-law and my sister, and we couldn't do anything about it. But our eyes like bulged up because we both knew what we both saw. And now, I mean, we watch him on Bravo and he's been off for a little bit. Now he's back on. Chef Ben seems like a great chef. He seems like a fun guy to hang out with, maybe like 50% of the time. And the other 50% of the time, I think maybe he's gone off the deep end.
Yeah, no, he just seems, well, I said it last night. It seems like the kind of guy where like 50% of the time you're just like, I am so glad I'm friends with this guy. It's so great. He's so salty and fun and just crazy. And then the other 50% of the time, you're just going, oh my God, I got to get out of this room with this dude. Like, this is not who I want to be with, like hanging out with. He's going to get us in a fight in this bar. Like, he's a mess. He's like,
But he's got a funny accent and he's got a very, very witty humor. He does.
He's so witty.
And he's got like a cackly laugh.
And
it's funny.
He's a good chef.
He's a really good chef.
Very, very. He sort of follows what you, and this is the last season of The Bear, so it's quite appropriate. But in The Bear, like these people are so. I think so, but they're so particular and so anal.
It's
retentive.
an art form.
Yeah, about the art form of making great food. And
I'm not like that when I cook.
I think you are. Your food is really good.
No, but I'm not like crazy neurotic and like super into it. I think I'm pretty cool.
Well, you're very cool.
On a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10.
You mean just overall as a wife?
No. As a like somebody who cooks in the household.
I'm gonna say you are
like realistic. You don't need to be like, you're a 13. Like no, like realistic.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
I'm decent.
If I could have a professional chef that could make me anything, that would be a 10.
Sure.
To you and your cooking and how much I enjoy it,
and it's healthy and it's low salt for you.
I'm gonna say you're a solid 8, maybe higher.
So I was gonna say 6. I think you're being too nice.
Okay, well, how am I as a dishwasher?
You're good.
Right?
You're really good. I think you are a solid. I'm gonna give you an 8 on that one. Except here's what drives me absolutely crazy. You load the dishes in the front, not the back of the machine. So when I put a coffee mug, let's say, in the dishwasher on the top shelf, I pull out the shelf, I put the coffee all the way in back. So I load back to forward. You load forward back. I don't like that. You know what I'm talking about.
But isn't that how they taught you to wipe your butt too? Like always go like forward, back.
But for toothpaste, here's an example. Do you squeeze the
You're
top?
You're not going to jump in that one.
I'm totally ignoring. For toothpaste, do you squeeze the top or do you squeeze it from the bottom? I bet you squeeze it from the top. I bet you do.
Yeah.
The way you load the dishwasher would lead me to believe that you squeeze from the top and then you finally work your way back.
Well, I used to, and then you'd roll it, but now they don't. Now they make it out of like a cheap plastic or something. You can't roll it and get all those last particles of the toothpaste out. But in the old days, my dad, I remember, was like the greatest toothpaste roller ever because it was like in this like stainless steel or tin foil type of packaging, and you rolled it, and then he even had like some sort of a stick that went into the rolling of the toothpaste where you could roll it super tight and get every ounce of toothpaste out.
You know what? Your dad has some interesting gadgets. He's got the glove.
I told somebody about the Dairy Queen glove today.
And?
They want to cast him in one of our movies because they're like, that is crazy.
I mean, it's definitely creative.
Because we're making that movie that's sort of like Cocoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, my dad is 83. He probably is like Wilford Brimley age or whatever. But yeah, that Dairy Queen glove people love. But the extra tight roll of toothpaste like roller thing. By the way, why was toothpaste ever put into a toothpaste tube like that? Why wasn't it just like
no idea. You are going off the deep end on this one.
Why wouldn't it just be like a peanut butter container that you just put your toothbrush in? And
that's so gross. Like, what if you share? I don't want your yuck germs in my Toothpaste.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody rub their like thing against the top of the toothpaste anyway?
Well, you have your own toothpaste and I have
I mean,
my
it's not
own
like
toothpaste.
you like hold it over like by an inch. It's always like like that, and then there's some goop around it. You just
We
add
both
it
have our own toothpaste. Maybe
We
there's a
do.
reason.
We do. We have our own flannel for a face, pajamas, toothbrush,
Okay,
and
reality
shoes
bites.
in a case.
So, you know what? You actually sent me something, and I think we should talk about it. So this morning, you sent me something from Mike Foster.
Yes.
And I believe it's a Substack that you get. Is it weekly? Is it daily? What is it?
Yeah, it comes, I think it comes like a couple times a week, just randomly. It was like one of these things I didn't subscribe to, but then I started reading it and I was like, oh,
And we've
I
brought him up
haven't
a few
unsubscribed.
times.
Yeah.
He actually has some really interesting
Eric
articles.
Lokesmo is another guy.
Yeah.
That's the influence, impressive influence and impactful.
Okay, well, let's go back to the one today.
Yeah.
So this Substack was, I asked my wife to grade me from 1 to 10. And here's how it went. And he did this exercise with his wife, and you and I both sort of said to ourselves, you know what, this could be an interesting thing to talk about. But I, of course, said to you, we can't just have a generalization like rate me 1 to 10. There has to be sort of questions that go into it and categories.
Let me ask, do you have some questions for me?
I do.
Okay.
I do. What do you, I mean, come on, I'm resourceful.
Do I answer them or do I pretend to be on a 5-minute TV hit and just get my points out?
No, I think you should answer them.
Okay.
Okay, so, and I'm happy to answer these questions as well. I think that you can go first because why not? So, can you share your anxieties, frustrations, or embarrassing thoughts with me? Do I hold this information gently, or do you find yourself censoring and like wearing kind of a mask around me on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say that I 100% pretty much tell you everything. And for the most part, I mean, if I do something stupid or get us into a stupid pickle or whatever, that pickle that I got us into will come back to haunt me years later, multiple times. But I've never told you something like, you know, I have this secret fetish for Karen Basura. Like, and you would be like, I'm glad you were open to me about that. Thank you for being that way. Like, you would be that, and you wouldn't bring it up at dinner with the Brodkins and go, by the way, he has a hots for Karen Basura.
Well, you did have the hots for
what Trump
Pocahontas.
But yes, Elizabeth Warren. I always thought she would be sort of a cool grandmother to have.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give me?
I'm going to give you, as somebody I can confide in, I'm going to give you a 9, I guess.
I think and I would probably give you a 9 or 10 too. I think if you see, the only variable is you do have ADD. And if you're not listening to me, I think it could go in one ear and out the next. And I could be like, no, Chris, I really just shared something with you. And you're like, oh, I wasn't listening. So that's why I'm going to give you a 9, not a 10. I want to just qualify your 9 for me. I think that when it comes to like telling me something embarrassing, the one thing is like I laugh out of discomfort. So if you told me that you were, I don't know, like at a dinner.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat the last minute? I wasn't listening. Shout out to ADD. All right. So
like if you were at a dinner and you tripped and fell and that's super embarrassing, I actually think if you told me, I might laugh at you. I'm sorry. Like when the kids would fall, I would laugh at them.
If I tripped and fell, you would laugh.
I'm laughing now. I have an issue. I'm sorry.
Well, is it an uncomfortable? Wait, I'm trying to think. Like, no, you do have that.
I have an uncomfortable laugh.
Yeah, but you also have that ability to laugh at things that normally would create sympathy from somebody else, right? Like a mom, like if something like that happened to me or the kids, yeah, I could see you laughing. Okay.
Right. Like maybe I don't get a 9 for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another one. When a disagreement happens, do we work together against the problem or do we treat each other like the enemy?
Well, I mean, it depends on like the environment we're in. Like I would say if there were like a lot of crazy things happening at the same time and then we had a problem, I think, it's a little more complicated than like, say, if a problem just occurred right now. I think we would probably figure out how to work it out. I mean, I would say, to be honest, like there were times where I think we had problems and we actually went and saw some people that helped us out. Right, like
a therapist, is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, well, I don't know if everybody refers to them as therapists or not, but like, yeah, I mean, we've
counselors?
We've also worked with Kaylee Fenton sometimes to help us.
She's a very good family therapist.
She actually will help translate what dad is trying to tell mom and what mom is hearing that's incorrect, or vice versa.
Okay, so what would you rate us?
I would rate us.
You're higher than me.
I would rate us that there were certain times in our 23 years together.
Well, we've been together 26. Actually, married 22.
26 years together. There were certain times where I would give us like maybe a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I would say for the most part, we're probably in the 8 to 9 area.
Except I'm going to give another. Yeah, no, we should. Except I'm going to give one variable.
Yeah.
It tends to be when the kids come to us and they ask us a question and you're like, oh, well, when I was younger, I didn't have to eat any fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, Chris, you can't say that to a kid. Like we sometimes take polar opposite sides. Like with Dylan moving into his apartment, there was something that happened. You're like, oh, well, when I was living in the apartment, I didn't have furniture. I slept on the floor. I'm like, you can't sleep on the floor, Chris. Like, you have to have a bed.
Yeah. I mean, I think my only defense in that, if there is a defense, because I will lean on you being the right one here, but there's a lot of times where I think sometimes you will, as a mom, really trying to keep the kids on the right path and the discipline and all that stuff, that you may forget a little bit of what you were like or I was like at that age, right? So sometimes, because I remember everything from my childhood, including first and last names, and if that guy that we ran into the other day was somebody that I met in grammar school, I would have known everything about him for sure. So I remember those days, and I can literally think about, okay, Dylan just did X. Did I not ecstasy? I'm just saying Dylan did blank, right? Did I do blank at that age? Oh, I actually did blank plus blank, which was sort of blank on steroids. So maybe I should give him a little forgiveness and sort of talk about how
right. But if I'm spinning because I'm trying to get his furniture situation in California when it's Montreal that he's living, and when I'm spinning, it would be awesome if you took my side.
I take your side a lot.
You do.
I do take your side a lot, and I apologize when I don't sometimes too, when I know that you are right. And then I think there's sometimes where I don't take your side, and you actually self-reflect and go, oh, you know what? And I'm just saying this is in your head because I haven't really heard you say it all that much, but you might go, oh, he's actually right.
Every once in a while, I will say it, and I make some sort of proclamation like, Chris, please listen to me, because I know you have ADD and you're not always listening. Please note that I am saying you are right. This is one of the few times you will hear me say it, but I'm saying you are right. So I give you that credit. I mean, not always, but I do give you that credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the last one because we're going to wrap it up because we promise we're not going to bore people.
Okay. Is the effort balanced, like daily tasks? I'd give us both a 10. I think we both contribute.
100%. And we're very complimentary. Like, I don't know, as you say, how to boil water, and I don't let you touch the dishes.
No, after I've cooked.
Yeah. So, I make the bed in the morning, even though I hate making the bed. I hate it.
And sometimes
when
I
you're not
remake the
here,
bed.
I love when you're not here and I don't have to make the bed, or I'm on a business trip. I hate making the bed, but I make the bed.
I know, and sometimes I'll remake it without telling you.
Well, okay. Anyway,
but I give us a 10.
But I think let's put more of these questions together, because I think these are really fun to do, and we should probably do them with maybe the Fletchners or the Brodkins or the Cyphers or somebody else on one of these shows too, because we got to have some guests on because not only do you brighten up the day when we do these shows together, because people look for you over Chris Fenton, especially with
That's
my
not
solos.
true.
But on top of it, it is fun to banter with some other people. So
all right, let's
maybe
go
we'll
watch the
work on
game.
that. So anyway, we are going to watch the USA game. Go America, go USA. Rooting hard for you. We are excited about Plate and Ponder in the next episode. Hopefully not a full week from now, but we'll see how it goes. And let me find some. What music are we going to play here? Like, I want to do Dock of the Bay. And we just want to thank you for listening to Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting with Jen and Chris Fenton. We're in 73 nations around the world. We're looking for number 74, but honestly, with Ukraine being our final one, that's sort of an interesting one. So
That's a good pull.
It is a good pull. So until next time, please follow, download, engage. Oh, and by the way, we keep getting DMs and emails about people that want to be on the show, so keep them coming. We'll figure it out, and we'll make it fun. Until next time, thank you so much. Oh, and go pre-buy your tickets to Bad Counselors, coming out July 22nd. It's the summer of Badassy, or for some people who like Jackass the movie, it's the summer of Badass.
Bye.